Hello there, welcome to Football Everyday. I'm your host Zach, and on the show with me we've got the usual Football Everyday crew of Brian Martin and Nivash. Now, before we get into the chat, I just want to give our contest a shout out. Now, you want to stand yourself a chance to win a pair of the latest Adidas Battle Pack footwear worth up to $800, or indeed some dining vouchers from Sold Out. It's dead easy. All you have to do is send us your most wacky and creative photo or video selfies of you and your pals enjoying the World Cup. It's that simple. Send your entries by email to football@thestar.com.my. Alternatively, you can tweet us at switchup.tv to make sure to include your full name, IC number, and contact numbers, address, that sort of thing. All right, dead easy. Right, on with the chat now. Last night we saw some exciting games in the World Cup in Group E and Group F as well. Now in Group E, Switzerland beat Ecuador 2-1. Now, lads, I mean, quickly, an amazing performance by the Swiss, really. Got their campaign off to a winning start, Brian.
Yeah, and like you were saying before we went on the show, I think it was a good move by the referee to not award a free kick just before the final goal went in. Good game all.
Fantastic stuff. Well, you know, Nivash, we've seen a lot of bad refereeing decisions during the course of this World Cup. This was not one of them. I mean, brilliant move, and it really was instrumental in leading to the winning goal.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to the referee. Yeah. We've already seen two soft penalties being given.
Exactly, and some dubious offsides as well, right?
Yes, and great work by the Swiss as well. You know, it's a young team, a dynamic team, ranked higher than the French. I believe they are the 6th in the world right now, and I think this team has already come of age, because for the past tournaments they've been really young, they've been immature, but I think this time around they can actually go quite far.
Brilliant. So, well, one of the unknown quantities of the World Cup there. Now we know just how good the Swiss are, right? Okay, well, in the other game in Group E, you had France versus Honduras. Now the French managed to see off the Hondurans courtesy of Benzema masterclass, really, right?
But actually, the scoreline belied actually what happened during the match. 3-0 actually flattered the French.
Well, a silly sending off by Palacios, and that was it, really.
Stupid sending off. I think that was the first sending off the World Cup so far.
Yeah.
But kudos to Benzema. I mean, his two goals were really good, top quality goals. And what can you say about the own goal? You know, goal line technology, FIFA's goal line technology. If they didn't have the goal line technology, we'd be talking about it for years.
Yeah, you know, a linesman, we would have probably been talking about a linesman or something, Nivash.
Interesting, when you watch the highlights, all the 5-6 cameras could not spot that.
Yeah.
You know, even they've got, it was a blind spot for the in the goal cam. You know, you could not see it because the keeper was blocking. So, well,
fantastic.
Fantastic.
It's what we've been calling up for years. You know, can I say Frank Lampard versus Germany, South Africa? You know,
I know the spray can. I love the spray can.
Fantastic stuff. We've been seeing a lot of the spray can. I do love the spray can. In the last show, I'm going to spray can one of the cameras there. But anyway, guys, and in the final game of last night, we saw Argentina take on Bosnia. Now, Bosnia, history was made for them, their first appearance at the World Cup, but it ended up being the Messi show, Brian.
Yeah, and it's only his second game in 8 years of playing in the World Cup. You could see the crowd was getting on his back. The crowd was nervous, the team was nervous, but Messi settled all nerves with his fantastic goal. It was a great goal.
Yeah, very. But you know, Nivash, we were talking about how sometimes there may be a bit too much pressure on Messi to do everything for Argentina. Would you
he was
agree?
taking the free kicks, he was taking the corners.
Everything seemed to go through Argentina. Now with the talent they have at their disposal, surely they'd be better served getting others into the play.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you know, the front three of Messi, Aguero, Higuain, they all three play in a similar way. They want to be released, they want to run at defenders, and Messi can do that in Barcelona because he has players running, feeding him the ball. So he's able to take on players, and that's how he scored. But with the front three, you know, all playing the same way, I think it's a bit difficult.
Fantastic stuff. Well, brilliant stuff there, lads. I tell you what, we're going to take a little break now. When we come back, more football chat. So keep it right here on Football Everyday.
All in or nothing. It's a battle cry. A call to arms. The only way to live the only way to play. It fuels them into battle. They step onto the field wearing war paint, unleashing speed, energy and control, bearing the marks of those that know there is only one way: hunt or be hunted, fear or be feared, evolve or die. Black or white.
Hello there, welcome back to Football Everyday. Alright, I tell you what, tonight we got some tasty matches in store for you in the World Cup. None more so than the midnight kickoff between Germany and Portugal. Now lads, this is one of the tasty encounters of the World Cup. Now looking at the stats, I'll tell you this, Brian, Germany, they're Portugal's bogey team, right?
Yep.
They've enjoyed wins over Portugal the last World Cup plus the last two European Championships. So will history repeat itself, or can Ronaldo and co change the stats?
If you look at the form coming into the World Cup, I would say that Germany has the edge. And if you look at history in terms of the head-to-head battles, Portugal are going to have an uphill task. I mean, they're going to have to rely on the individual brilliance of Ronaldo. And you were saying he's carrying a knee injury, you know, even though there's good vibes coming out from the Portuguese squad about Ronaldo being 100% fit, you have to have doubts whether he can do the business against Germany.
Interesting stuff. Onivash, you know, this World Cup has been brilliant because you know what? We've seen, like, all the superstars coming into the World Cup, they've all delivered thus far, right? You got the Robins, got on score sheet, Benzema yesterday, you know, Van Persie, so Messi. Now Ronaldo, he's one of the superstars of the world. Now Bryce talking about his dodgy knee. What do you reckon, mate?
He's not 100% fit. You know, if you have Ronaldo in your team, you want the opposition to know that he's fit, he's ready to go.
Right.
It's gonna mess their minds up. You know, they're just, but he's not 100% fit.
But should a less than 100% Ronaldo actually start a game of this?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, I disagree. I think he should start. Just because he's such a talisman, such an iconic player, even if he's 80% fit, if I were the Portuguese coach, I would put it
just
in
for
the
that fear factor. Alone.
Just for the fear factor.
Okay,
but what if he comes on and they win and he blows out his knee, and then they're going to rely on
we've seen that happen in the Champions League where you know, Atletico desperate to get Costa on the pitch and he didn't last more than 5 minutes, right? But you know, we've got to look at the Germans now. Every tournament rolls around, Brian, it's like deja vu, mate. We keep saying the same stuff. We keep saying Germany. These guys know what they're doing.
They're like a BMW or Mercedes. You know, they're a machine. And when it comes to penalties, just don't go there. You know, they're the penalty kings of the World Cup. If you look at the Germany squad, you can't really say they've got a superstar player like Ronaldo, like Balotelli.
They're the perfect collective, though, aren't they?
They are a collective. You know, they work as a team. And I think Joachim Löw has actually got them working as a far better team compared to 2010. So I expect them to go far.
Fantastic. So, what do you make of this Germany team? To me, bringing one striker to a World Cup, an aging geriatric kind of striker. I know you've got a stat to throw at me about Klose, but one striker, is that foolish?
Well, it is Miroslav Klose, and he's one goal away from equaling Ronaldo's record. Of being
the fat Ronaldo, right?
The fat Ronaldo.
Brazilian. Sorry, Brazilian fans. You know, he was big boned. But yes, that Ronaldo. Yeah, amazing stat.
You know, Klose comes into a World Cup, a European Championship, and he goes and scores in every game. And he doesn't seem to do it for his club.
He's had a less than glittering season for Lazio, right? I mean,
but don't be surprised if he comes in and he scores with his head, you know, a couple of goals and takes them through.
Well, what do you think about the overall balance of the team, though, lads? You think this Germany team is on par with the Germany teams of past, you know?
I would say, in fact, they're slightly ahead of the previous German teams. I mean, if you go back as far as 1982, they've always had a fantastic midfield.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at people like Rummenigge, Ledbarski in 82, and then you look at the midfield, packed with really great players like Sami Khedira, Philip Lahm, Podolski is there, Ozil from Arsenal, and of course you got Thomas Muller, who was the leading goal scorer in the 2010 World Cup.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you would have to say that this German team, you know, is going to give any team a fight, any team a run for their money.
Okay, well, Portugal are no mugs, but you know, this is a really tough opening assignment for them. So, do you think they can beat that jinx, man?
I think if they play as a team, you know, there are some divas in the team as well. You've got Nani as well in there.
Yeah.
But they don't really have an out-and-out striker, do they? They don't.
Funny. Okay, well, you know, quickly we've spent a lot of time journeying Portugal, but why not? But quick word on the Ghana USA game now. Clincy, US looking to get their campaign off to a winning start. A bit of revenge as well, Brian.
Yeah, a bit of revenge for the previous World Cup. It's going to be a tough assignment for the States. But you look up front, you know, you've got proven goal scorers in Josie Altidore and Clint Dempsey. You know, we've seen Dempsey do it all the time in the Premier League. And there's no reason why he can't do it at the World Cup, at the bigger stage. But they're going against very tough opponents, physically intimidating opponents who are not going to concede an inch. You would have to say that it's a tough assignment for the Americans.
Okay, well, quickly, just before we end the show, mate, Iran versus Nigeria, how do you see that one panning out?
2-1 Nigeria.
2-1 Nigeria. Now, Super Eagles, Iran, very, very, very experienced side, but you think Nigeria, yes?
I think the physical presence of the Nigerians will definitely show. We saw that in the Japan game when they played Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the same thing.
Okay, fantastic stuff. Well, anyway, before we go, I just want to give our contest a quick mention. Again, you know what? You want to win some Adidas merchandise and some dining vouchers, some sold out. All you have to do is get creative, send us a photo or video selfie of yourself and your pals enjoying the World Cup. Submit by email, to football@thestar.com.my. Alternatively, you can tweet us at switchup.tv. Don't forget to include your full name, IC number, and contact address. Win yourself some swag. Alright, that's us done. Until tomorrow, you've been watching Football Every Day.
England is playing Uruguay next, right?